Okay, shall we take a look at the board? It's not going to be a super long stream, only because it's a pre-built keyboard today. But it is an interesting proposition from Neo. So today is the Neo75 pre-built. Neo's doing pre-built versions of their new Neo75 and new Neo98. But it's interesting because the price point. The price point is pretty crazy for this. The Neo98, which is the larger one, is $180, while this is $170. And they're using pretty good switches too. I believe these are London Fog switches. Yes, London Fog V2s. It has keycaps on it. It's even themed to whatever color you get. So for 180 bucks, a wireless keyboard is pretty insane. Where I think this is going to be really cool and why I want to take a look at it today, because I don't have a lot of good pre-builts to recommend people. It's usually I recommend people like Neo75 cores and then just go buy your own switches. Same with like some of the other Neo stuff. And I don't really love recommending friends and family Keychron stuff just because a variety of different reasons. But it's nice to now have something like this. And it's why I was so excited to look at this today. So let's open it up really quick. Well, okay, and I kind of want to talk about the pricing on this too, you know, because the pricing is extremely, extremely competitive. But it is something I believe only Neo can really do right now. Right? There's not a lot of other people who can do things at scale like Neo. Maybe Wuche, maybe. But they are really like being super duper competitive with this. And like to get something like this at 180 bucks, you know, the presentation of the box here, I would say is very, very standard fare. You know, we get no hard shell case, we get a little plastic cover. This feels like almost every other pre-built we've ever looked at. But it's not this that matters, not the presentation of this that I feel like truly matters. It is this. So they give us a few extra switches, I believe, or should be in there. It's just stuck in the center. Well, they're in there, just can't get them out. So we get some extra keycaps, depending on, I guess, what you want to be using, like 2 command and 1 option key. 3 extra switches. So these are the London Fog switches. You guys might remember London Fogs. Pretty damn good. You get the receiver over here, and you get your keyboard. Now, we've already looked at the Neo75, so we really do know what this is all about here. You're going to get a very, very good keyboard that not only sounds good, but it's very visually like tame as well, which is amazing to see. You're going to get per key RGB Win/Mac mode, which is really cool to see on this too. So we get a double shot PBT blended with ABX. Or actually, hold on a second. I read that upside down here, basically. It's an ABS double shot mixed with PBT. So they're saying, well, I guess maybe it's an overall blend. They're advertising it as ABS double shot, but it does have PBT in it. I'll take a blend. A blend's cool. Let's take a look at the keyboard here. There's not much to really like go off of though, in terms of what's new on the board. Everything's pretty much going to be near identical from what we looked at on the Neo75, it looks like. The only thing different is I believe the Neo75 didn't have the toggle on the back, if I remember correctly. Like the Win key or the Windows/Mac mode. But everything else looks pretty identical to me. This is pretty much the exact same case. So I do want to open this up today too, in terms of like not just the plastic wrap, you know. The toggle's new for the pre-built. Yeah, it seems to be the only like physical change I can see. Yeah, this might be a really good replacement to recommend people. Now this is going to obviously be defaulted with like a pretty big foam stack. You know, out of the box, this is one of the cleanest pre-builts I've ever seen. Like genuinely, let's put some stuff away here. This is a crazy clean pre-built. Like, look at this. Damn. Ooh, this has a really nice texture, whatever this is here. I mean, yeah. This is crazy nice. I mean, you guys have already seen the case, but we'll give it a little once over here. This is the Neo75. It is one of the more tame designs from Neo. Very pretty side profile overall too, like just extremely clean on all fronts. Just to note that the Prebuilt lacks the acoustic chamber at the bottom. Well, we'll open it up and find out. Maybe that's the compromise here, is they've had to redo the bottom case, because it does look like this is new, right? So maybe this won't be exactly like the custom model, and we're gonna open this up and exactly find out everything here. But let's see how this sounds stock. It's foamed up for sure. I think it only lacks a little bit of like that poppiness that I'm looking for. I can see a lot of people liking this though. Sounds really good for under 200 bucks. Okay, if I had to nitpick something here. So I'm guessing these are still gonna be, so in case you guys are out of the loop with this too, we explained it last time we looked at one of Neo's boards, or I guess QWERTY boards. I'm not sure if these are using the exact same new keycaps that they have. If you guys are unaware, QK, Neo, OwlLab, all of them, have basically acquired JTK, which is a very good brand for keycaps. I've always liked JTK stuff. They are making kind of like new molds. And I think this suffers from the exact same thing that I mentioned on the last pre-built board that we looked at from Neo. So the thing that it suffers from is the molds aren't picture perfect, but it's still good. In case you are someone who really, really wants to look at the minor details of this, I would say yes, there are better keycaps on the market. However, getting them included on a $170 project, I would not complain. Like if you were to show this to me, even as an enthusiast, I am not upset at all. My criticism, just like last time, still stands. I do think there needs to be a little bit of tweaking for the mold if they want to make it even better, and I don't think that will affect their final budget at the end of the day. Yeah, like I said, there's a little bit of funkiness, even with the shift. The E and the enter over here is a little bit kind of misshapen. I think the backspace last time we checked had a little bit of something. Or maybe that looks a little bit better this time around. Yeah, like the 0 feels a little bit weird in comparison to everything else. Maybe it's the typeface they used. But yeah, it definitely needs a little bit of TLC. However, if you were to look at them from like, I would say a pretty standard, I don't know, like if you're taking a step back a little bit and you take a look at them, you'll never notice these things. Again, they're there though. So that probably, might affect your final decision here, but like, does it matter too much to me? For an included keycap set that is a decent blend of materials, not really. You would think this is Sloth. I think Sloth has a bit more saturation to it. But yeah, now let's take this apart because I want to see what they've changed in the bottom of the case. I don't exactly know where all the little screws are. I like how they match the mod to the case. Yeah, they've done a really good job with like theming their board too, which is really great. So good for them there. Only us nerds will notice that. Exactly. But for anyone who's maybe does not care about that and we're like, dude, I really, really, really want a pre-built board or just want to recommend this to someone, I really think this would be an insanely good pickup for anyone who just wants something cheap and ready to go, like out of the box, ready to go. All right, so it looks like we have still the same top case though with pour-on gaskets. Wait, was the other one pour-on? What was the other Neo75? Let me go take a quick look here. Oh no, it did have pour-on. It did. It had pour-on silicone and top mounts. So this just looks like it's only going to be PCB mounted pour-on gasket, which is totally fine. We have 2 ribbon cables, obviously, because we need to have the wireless connection and a battery and stuff, so it makes sense. We have our little foam stack there. The PCB is pretty straightforward. There's nothing really here that we can sit here and be like, this needs more layout options, because it doesn't have any layout options. So it's a pre-built. It's kind of what I expect. Would it have been cool if they offered people that? Sure. We have our foam on the bottom. Interesting. They've put little acrylic windows, and they have removed all the little cutouts from the bottom over here. So we aren't going to be getting that this time around. So no stepped internals, which I guess makes sense for their target audience here. I don't think people would really care about some of the nuances of that. And they have put little windows here for the daughter board, as well as the little toggle switches. Interesting. Yeah, I would say you're right. This is probably the biggest difference from the original. Is that a bad thing though? I don't think so. What I'd be curious about is removing this giant bottom stack of foam, mainly. I think this is maybe what's causing some of it to be drowned out. But in terms of like accessing your keyboard and stuff, it's still the same. It's relatively easy. You unscrew not even 8 screws, it was 5 screws, and you're in. And that's pretty much it, which is nice to see. They already have pre-applied force brakes on this, so you don't even need to worry about that. I mean, yeah, dude, this feels like the most premium pickup you could ever pick up for someone if they wanted a pre-built unit. Like, insane. How's the ano? Ano looks great. The only thing that's a bit of a different material is this bottom piece has a bit of a texture to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Almost like a bit of a grit, which actually feels really nice. I would honestly argue that yes, if this is put next to the Evo 75, I'd buy this in a heartbeat. So this is also just more my, like, physically on the keyboard, this is more my style. Like, it looks better to me. This looks a bit more elegant. It looks more refined in that sense. Okay, first thing I want to try though is I just want to put this back together and try with no foam on the bottom. The foam sound didn't sound, I would say, like overly crazy foamy to me. It just kind of made it thuddy, which I'm wondering if it's just the bottom stack over here. Still don't love ribbon cables though. Not the most fun to install. I mean, yeah, just removing that bottom foam. Like, if you're someone who wants to tinker with this for even $180, like, yeah, that made a huge, huge difference. Yeah, this sounds good. Like I said, when they showed me this, they said, hey, no pressure. They did send me this, by the way. Totally forgot to mention that. I did put sponsor in the stream title, though, so we're good. They did send this to me, and they said, do you want to take a look at this? They're letting me keep the board. But when they sent this to me, originally I was like, is this going to be fun to look at? And then I saw the price, and I'm like, oh, wow. This could be very competitive, so. Dude, hold on. Let me get a little cork desk pad here and really test this out. Very different with the cork desk pad. Interesting. I think it almost sounds better with no desk pad. And then if I were to swap the switch, let's put a little bit of a poppier spacebar because London Fogs are a slightly deeper overall switch. Let's just pop in... Actually, what do I got here that's clacky? You know what? For the sake of talking, let's try a milky yellow to start. And that's without removing the foam stack in between. Interesting, interesting. Let me try something else too. I think I have a... Oh, this is a yogurt switch. Let's try a yogurt switch. Now, you are going to get a plastic plate, which isn't going to be the most... Anyways, like I was saying, the plastic plate isn't going to be the most poppy thing in the world, but... Yeah, I mean, it's comfy. That's the other thing, too. It's, like, soft to type on, in case you guys are curious. I would say, like, normally I rank things, like, medium firmness, but this is giving a little bit softer on the overall typing feel. Yeah, dude, this is... I mean, yeah, I think this is going to be the next, like, value proposition board that people kind of look at and then make it kind of like the the tier, like the standard. You know what I mean? Because I don't know anything out there at the moment around $170 that visually looks as clean. It has wireless features. Neo stuff has always been very good for the longest time now. It has a good internal too. Like it's not just kind of like something thrown together to be pre-built. This started off as a non-pre-built like case, which is really, really awesome to see. Well, I think like if I had to really give this its like fair share of like who is this for / like final thoughts on this, I do think that if you still are in the market to get the best custom version of this, you're probably going to just buy the regular Neo75. It technically has the nicer bottom part of the case with the stepped internals, a bit more refined in that sense. But if the goal is you just want something to bring to the office without thinking, or if the goal is just you're recommending your friend the next keyboard and they don't care about anything in between, this is kind of maybe where it's at. Like there's not much else on the market that I would say like I can confidently recommend. Like the Evo series for sure, which is funny because it's kind of made by the same people almost. Past that, like I've been hard stuck on if I should ever recommend Keychron, just because I've had some people tell me about bad experiences they've had. It's tough. There's not much else out there in the pre-built area, and it's funny too because I was mentioning we haven't really had a lot of good 75 releases overall, and now we're getting one, and it's a pre-built that I feel like you can have a lot of fun customizing too. So this could be, and I think this is the best way to label this, a good segue into the hobby, and just a good entry-level keyboard that feels like something that's $400 to $500, because that's kind of the vibe that this particular case from Neo gives, right? It has this really pretty accent over here, which has a little bit of a light bar anyways when you plug it in. Does this have per key? It should have per key. Let me plug it in. It does have per key, so if you did care about that, obviously you cannot see it through this particular keycaps, but it does have it, and there's a little light bar there. My lights are pretty strong for this. Maybe this is bold to say, but I think this is hopefully the start of Neo becoming the first brand that I feel like could be the Keychron killer. They can maybe finally move Keychron out of the stardom of what feels like every recommended board to people who just want a keyboard not having to think about it too much. Bye everybody, love you, and see ya later. Bye-bye.